Hello grade 3, how are you? By the end of this video inshallah we should be able to know different states of water. What's melting, evaporation, freezing, condensation, what's temperature and how can we measure it, and what is the unit of measuring the temperature. First of all, let's start by water. What is water? Water is a clear, tasteless, odorless, colorless liquid. Water is a clear, tasteless, odorless, and colorless liquid.
Water covers 3/4 of the Earth's
3 out
surface.
of 4 of the Earth's surface. 3 out of 4 of the Earth's surface is water covered by. It's covered by water in form of seas, oceans, rivers, and so on.
It is found in oceans, seas,
It's found
rivers,
in oceans,
lakes, and
seas,
under the ground.
rivers, lake, and under the ground.
Uses of water.
Uses of
Water is necessary
water
for
is
life on
necessary for
Earth.
life on Earth.
2/3 of the human
2
body
out
weight
of 3 of the
is
human
water.
body weight is water. Animals need water to drink,
water to
wash,
drink,
and live in
wash,
it.
and live in.
In case of fish, or dolphin, or octopus, and so on.
Plants depend on water for growth.
Plants depend on water for growth. Even the plants depend on water for growth.
We can find water
We can
in
find
3
water
states:
in the 3 states:
ice,
solid,
water,
liquid,
and
and
steam,
gas, or steam, or water vapor. If I have water and I cool it to 0 degrees Celsius, and we'll talk about that later, it will be ice. And if I boil this water or heat it to 100, it will turn to vapor.
Heating and cooling.
Heating and cooling water.
Melting is the change of solids into liquids by heating.
If I have ice, which is a solid state of water, and I heat it, it will turn into liquid. Water, solid to liquid. This process is called melting. Solid ice turn to liquid by heating. This is called melting.
Evaporation is the change of liquids into gases by heating.
Water, liquid water. If I heat it or boil it and it turns into steam or gas or water vapor, this process is called evaporation. And you notice this process many times in your life. When you cook something at the kitchen or on the stove and you see gas or water vapor coming out of the tray. So in this process water turn into water vapor or gases or steam, and this is called evaporation. Liquid to gas by heating is evaporation. Water to water vapor or steam by heating is evaporation.
Condensation is the change of gases into liquids by cooling.
What about turning this water vapor back to water? What about turning the water vapor or the steam or the gas back to liquid or back to water? This process is called condensation. I can turn water vapor back to water or gas back to liquid by cooling, and this process is called condensation. Is the change of gases into liquid by cooling. And we notice this process in our daily life while taking shower. While taking shower with hot water, when the gas come out of the hot water and touch the mirror or any glass or any cool surface in the toilet or in the bathroom, it turn back into water, and this is condensation process. Now let's have the activity and answer some question about what we talked about.
Press right or
Water
wrong.
is a clear, tasty liquid. Is this right or wrong? Water is a clear, tasty liquid. Is it tasty? I think no. Water covers 3 out of 4 of the Earth's surface. Water covers 3 out of 4 of the Earth's surface. True. 1 out of 3 of the human body weight is water. 1 out of 3 of the human body weight is water. I think it's 2 out of 3, not 1 out of 3. So it's wrong. We find salty water in rivers. We find salty water in rivers. Is that true or false? It doesn't make sense actually. Salty water.
Drag the right word.
Ice to water. Drag the right word. We have freezing, evaporation, condensation, and melting. Ice to water. Ice to water. If I have ice, which is solid, and I want to turn it to water, which is liquid, this is cold. Solid to liquid, I think melting. Fine. Water to water vapor. If I want to turn this water, which is liquid, to water vapor, which is gas. Water to water vapor. Evaporation. Evaporation. Great. Water vapor, which is gas, to water. Water vapor, which is gas, to water. Back to water by cooling, which happen in our bathroom during taking shower. This is called condensation. What about water, which is liquid? Back to ice, which is solid. I must freeze it, put it in the fridge.
You did it!
Press the right button.
We have to press the right button. We find water in how many states? 2, 3, 4, or 5 states? I think
Well done! Drag the right word.
we have to drag the right word. First is the change of liquid into solid by cooling. Liquid to solid by cooling. It's melting, evaporation, freezing, or condensation. Freezing. The change of solid into liquid by heating. Solid, which may be ice, to liquid, which may be water, by heating. This is melting. And the change of liquid to gas by heating. I think this process takes place during cooking, and this is gonna be evaporation. The change of gases to liquid by cooling. Gas to liquid by cooling. I think this process happened in the toilet while taking a shower, when the gas, which is a water vapor, came out from the water. The very hot water had the wall or the mirror, the cool wall or the cool mirror. It condensed back to water.
Good job!
Drag the right word.
We have to drag the right word. They are cooling, gases, liquid, and heating. Solid to liquid. If I have a solid and I want to turn it to liquid, I must heat it. Yes. Liquid. If I heat this liquid, it will turn to gas. And if I have this gas and this is wrong, it must be cooling. Let's imagine, like, if this is cooling. If I have gas and I cool it, it will turn back to liquid. And liquid to solid, I must freeze it, cool it.
Thank you!
We got the full name. How super we are. Now, let's move to another step, which is the temperature. Temperature. Temperature is the measure of how hot or cold an object is. How hot or cold an object is the temperature. But how we measure this temperature? We measure the temperature of an object by using thermometers. We have two types of thermometer. Digital thermometer, like the one we use it at home, this one which gave us number, or mercury thermometer, like the one we use it in the science laboratory. This is the mercury thermometer. I told you about the liquid which is inside it. This liquid is called mercury. This is exactly like the one we use in the laboratory, the science lab. Or digital thermometer, like this one, which got the number, which we just got the number on it. We don't have to read it. like the mercury thermometer. One of the units of measuring the temperature using the thermometer is Celsius. Celsius is one of the units. We use it to measure the temperature using thermometer. Now it's time to answer questions. Fill the arrows with the following words: melting, freezing, evaporation, and condensation. This arrow is coming from the ice, which is solid to liquid. From solid to liquid by heating, temperature increase, which mean heating, temperature decrease, which mean cooling. So all of the arrows going this side is by heating, and all of the arrows going outside other side is by cooling. So solid to liquid by heating is melting, evaporation, I think it's melting. Solid to liquid, melting. What about liquid back to solid by cooling? It's freezing. It's freezing. If I got this liquid and I want to turn it to vapor by heating, so this is evaporation, exactly. And gas back to liquid by cooling, condensation. Super. Complete. The change of solid to liquid by heating is called change of solid to liquid by heating is called melting. Exactly. Excellent. Change of liquid to solid by cooling. If I have liquid and this liquid turned to solid by cooling, this is called freezing. Exactly. Change of liquid to gas by heating is called, like the process which we did in the kitchen, change of liquid to gas by heating, evaporation. What about the changing of gas, which may be water vapor, to liquid by cooling? Gas to liquid by cooling, like what's happened in the toilet when we took shower, when we are taking shower with hot water. Changing of gas to liquid by cooling is condensation. We measure temperature using thermometer. The measuring unit of temperature is Celsius. Read the thermometer's temperature. I want you to notice something. If the temperature is below 0, we must write minus beside it or next to it. Like here, for example, it's below 0. It's 20. So minus 20 or minus 19. Minus 20 Celsius. Here above 0, so it's 30 Celsius. Here 40 Celsius. 25 Celsius, as it's between 20 and 30, and between 20 and 30 is 25. 20 Celsius. 40 Celsius. Below 0. Minus 20, it's between 20 and 30 by maybe 2 marks, so minus 22 Celsius. This is minus 22. This is just 35, between 30 and 40, so 35 Celsius. Now let's check if we got all of the parts that we must know. Different states of water, solid, liquid, and gas. What is melting? Melting is a change of solid to liquid or ice to water by heating. Evaporation. Evaporation is the changing of liquid to gas or liquid to liquid water to water vapor or steam by heating. Freezing. We said freezing is from liquid to solid or from water to ice by cooling. Condensation is the change from gas back to water, or from water vapor back to water, or from gas to liquid by cooling. What's temperature? Temperature is the measure of how hot or cold an object is. How can we measure it? We can measure it using thermometer. What is the unit of measuring temperature? Celsius. Thank you very much, grade 3, for watching the video. Hope you enjoy it and you understand every part in it. Waiting for the next video. Bye bye.